1. If you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. 2. Life is like a mirror. Smile at it, and it smiles back at you. 3. Live in the present. Do the things that need to be done. Do all the good you can each day. The future will unfold. 4. You are within God. God is within you. 5. The world is like a mirror. If you smile at it, it smiles at you. I love to smile, and so in general, I definitely receive smiles in return. 6. Prayer is a concentration of positive thoughts. 7. Remember that no one can hurt you except yourself. If someone does a mean thing to you, that person is hurt. You are not really hurt unless you become embittered, or unless you become angry and perhaps do a mean thing in return. 8. For light I go directly to the source of light, not to any of the reflections. 9. There is great freedom in simplicity of living. 10. Keep your feet on the ground and your thoughts at lofty heights. 11. Anything you cannot relinquish when it has outlived its usefulness possesses you, and in this materialistic age a great many of us are possessed by our possessions. 12. I don't eat junk foods and I don't think junk thoughts. 13. Overcome evil with good, falsehood with truth, and hatred with love. The message isn't new, but we haven't learned to live it yet. 14. After you have found inner peace, you have endless energy. The more you give, the more you receive. After you have found your calling, you work easily and joyously. You never get tired. 15. Humanity has only scratched the surface of its real potential. 16. You can visualize God's light each day and send it to someone who needs help. Your divine nature must reach out and touch the divine nature of another. 17. We are all cells in the same body of humanity. 18. Pure love is a willingness to give without a thought of receiving anything in return. 19. The ideal society has yet to be built, one which balances nicely collective well-being and individual well-being. 20. Think about all the good things of your life. Never think about your difficulties. Forget yourself and concentrate on being of service as much as you can in this world, and then, having lost your lower self in a cause greater than yourself, you will find your higher self, your real self. 21. My inner peace remains in spite of any outward thing. Only insofar as I remain in harmony can I draw others into harmony, and so much more harmony is needed before the world can find peace. 22. People sometimes ask me if I do not feel lonely on holidays. How can I feel lonely when I live in the constant awareness of God's presence? I love and I enjoy being with people, but when I am alone, I enjoy being alone with God. 23. I feel a complete protection on my pilgrimage. God is my shield. There are no accidents in the divine plan, nor does God leave us unattended. No one walks so safely as those who walk humbly and harmlessly with great love and great faith. 24. People have found inner peace by losing themselves in a cause larger than themselves. Finding inner peace means coming from the self-centered life into the life center. 25. There is a criterion by which you can judge whether the thoughts you are thinking and the things you are doing are right for you. The criterion is, have they brought you inner peace? 26. We worship God, but have no faith in the workings of God's laws of love. The world awaits the living of the law of love, which will reach the divine within all human beings and transform them. 27. What we usually call human evolution is the awakening of the divine nature within us. 28. We should never underestimate the great power of the way of love, which reaches that spark of good in the other person, always there no matter how deeply buried, and the person is disarmed. 29. We have all the light we need, we just need to put it in practice. 30. Looking through the eyes of the divine nature, you see the essence within the manifestation, the creator within the creation, and it is a wonderful, wonderful world. 31. Every good that you do, every good that you say, every good thought you think, vibrates on and never ceases. The evil remains only until it is overcome by good, but the good remains forever. 32. A life without problems would be a barren existence, without the opportunity for spiritual growth. 33. Live according to your highest light, and more light will be given. 34. When you feel the need for a spiritual lift, try getting to bed early and get up early to have a quiet time at dawn. Then carry the serene, in-tune feeling that comes to you into your day, no matter what you may be doing. 35. Religion is not an end in itself. One's union with God is the ultimate goal. 36. The pain and suffering that comes to us has a purpose in our lives. It is trying to teach us something. We should look for its lesson. 37. Almost all fear is fear of the unknown. Therefore, what's the remedy? To become acquainted with the things you fear. 38. Inner peace is found by facing life squarely, solving its problems, and delving as far beneath its surface as possible to discover its verities and realities. 39. The lesson of the way of love is that evil can only be overcome by good. We don't need to reach out and tear down the things that are evil, because nothing which is contrary to the law of love can endure. 40. I don't eat junk foods and I don't think junk thoughts. Let me tell you, junk thoughts can destroy you even more quickly than junk food. Junk thoughts are something to be wary of. 41. If you feed a man a meal, you only feed him for a day, but if you teach a man to grow food, you feed him for a lifetime. 42. If you think you can't do something, you can't, but if you think you can, you may be surprised to discover that you can. 43. The fear habit is very detrimental because you attract the things you fear. If we have any fear, we need to get rid of it. 44. The simplification of life is one of the steps to inner peace. 45. There is no glimpse of the light without walking the path. You can't get it from anyone else, nor can you give it to anyone. Just take whatever steps seem easiest for you, and as you take a few steps, it will be easier for you to take a few more. 46. Worrying is useless mulling over of things we cannot change. Worrying is not concern, which would motivate you to do everything possible in a situation. 47. When you make people angry, they act in accordance with their baser instincts, often violently and irrationally. When you inspire people, they act in accordance with their higher instincts, sensibly and rationally. Also, anger is transient, whereas inspiration sometimes has a lifelong effect. 48. The simplified life is a sanctified life, much more calm, much less strife. Oh, what wondrous truths are unveiled! Projects succeed, which had previously failed. Oh, how beautiful life can be, beautiful simplicity. 49. When you find peace within yourself, you become the kind of person who can live at peace with others. 50. When you have constant communion with God, a constant receiving from within, there is never any doubt. You know your way. You become an instrument through which the job is done. Therefore, you have no feeling of self-achievement.